The head of the World Health Organization has admitted that investigations into the origin of COVID-19 in China have been hampered by the lack of raw data during the first days of the outbreak. He said Beijing should be more transparent. Seung-jae reports.
More data and more transparency. That's what the head of the WHO, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, is urging China to provide more of, saying the probe into the origin of the pandemic is being hampered by the lack of raw data from the first days of the spread.
We are asking actually China to be transparent, open, and cooperate, especially on the information raw data that we asked for at the early days of the pandemic. And we will be discussing with member states on the phase 2 and hope member states will help in guiding to address the challenges that I have already underlined among other things.
Earlier this year, a WHO-led team spent 4 weeks in and around Wuhan, along with Chinese researchers. In a joint report published in March, they said the virus was probably transmitted from bats to humans through another animal, adding the introduction through a laboratory incident was considered to be an extremely unlikely pathway. However, during a press briefing Thursday, the WHO chief acknowledged it was premature to rule out a potential link to a lab leak.
There was a premature push to, especially reduce one of the options, like the lab theory. As you know, I was a lab technician myself. I'm an immunologist, and I have worked in the lab. And lab accidents happen. It's common. I have seen it happening, and I myself had errors. So it can happen.
He will brief the WHO's 194 member states on Friday regarding a proposed second phase of study into the origin of COVID-19. During the 18 months or so since the initial outbreak, over 188 million people have been infected worldwide and over 4 million deaths. With the highly transmissible Delta variant now in at least 111 countries, territories, and areas, experts say there's no telling how much longer the pandemic will last. Seung-jae, Arirang News.